Gardener. Today is Sunday, August the 25th, and I'm out in the garden. I finally put up my wire. I bought some coated galvanized wire that's going to work really well, and it's going to stop all that rusting. I put my eye hooks up at the top, and I've trimmed the grapevine, and I got everything going in the directions. I have a Reliance, I have a Catawba, and I have a Flame grapevine back here. Now, here's the thing. These grapevines are about 3 years old. One of them is 2 years old. But here's the thing. They never grew. And they never grew because I never had the proper nutrients back there, and I never gave it the proper watering. So one day, I was in a live stream with Morning Gardener. And I said, hey, Morning Gardener, you know, my grapevine won't grow. Can you help me out? What do I do? He said, go ahead. He said, look, you gotta get some fertilizer back there. You gotta fertilize your plant. You gotta feed your plant if you want your plants to grow. I said, okay. He said, take some tubing, put the tubing back there, stick it in the ground. That way, you could feed directly down to the roots, because we all know that our plants are fed through their roots. So I took the tubing, as you can see, 1, 2, and over here is 3. I stuck it down in the ground. And I started off with fish emulsion, a gallon, a couple of tablespoons and a gallon of water. Then, that made sense, but I watched Supreme Family Garden. Supreme Family Garden was growing muscadines along his fence line. And he said, I'm going to show you, and he was growing a hedge. He said, I'm going to show you the difference between an irrigation and the difference between non-irrigation. He showed us the irrigation side, and the irrigation side was full and lush. The non-irrigation side, it never grew. So I said, that's the key. That's the problem. I need to get an irrigation on my grapevines. And that's just what I did. I went underground. I got some poly pipe. I went from the back of my house all the way over across here, and I come out and I'll saturate and I'll water, as you can see in here. My plants doing really well. After I did what Morning Gardener said in Supreme Family Garden, my grapevine started to take off like crazy. They were this short, but look how all this new growth. I mean, take off like crazy. Out of 3 years, now they're starting to finally grow. I put my wire up today, which is this coated green wire. And what that does, I don't have to worry about the rusting of the wiring too much, because the other wire was rusting. So I just replaced everything before it got to growing good. We're at the top of the wire. It's going to continue to go across on each one. And I couldn't be happier. And so I was asking myself, I wonder if, excuse the airplane flying over, I wonder if I'm going to be able to get grapes soon. Now I know one of my grapes are a green table grape. I went over, and a friend of mine was assisting me, and we were cutting off all these laterals. Now I'm propagating these if I can. And Lord and behold, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can still find it. Look at there. Are those not grapes? Those are grapes. So the grapevine is happy, is in a better place. It's going to thrive. And all I'm looking forward to is growth. And after I get my growth, I'm looking forward to those grapes right here. And in clusters. So this is your backyard gardener saying, you have to sometimes watch other channels and learn different things. Thank you, Morning Gardener, for your tips. It's worked out fine and excellent for me. Thank you, Supreme Family Garden. You worked out fine with your advice. And again, I'm going to link their description to their channel. Check them out. Beautiful. And see what you can learn. Happy gardening, everybody.